Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
Welcome back to Oh No, Girl Yes, the podcast. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to anywhere you're listening to podcasts. I was going to try to list them all, but I think there's a new platform every other day. So if you are listening to us anywhere, we appreciate you. Make sure you comment, share, like, and subscribe. And if you have not joined Patreon, and we know you haven't because we have a list, you can do so because we have a lot of fun back there too. So today we're talking about a topic that I read an article about this topic, just looked it up. It was from 2014. It was in USA Today, but you and I have recently had situations that have come up that reminded me of this article. The article was talking about how people now participate in vacationships. Well, basically it's a long distance friendship relationship, but mostly you only see each other when y'all meet up to go on a trip together. It's not that y'all really visit each other in each other's towns. It's not just like the, I guess, somewhat mundane nature of a regular relationship, but when you see this person, it's a vacation. And so recently we've both had situations where it's not that we are in a committed relationship with anybody, but the opportunity has been presented to us, or we have taken advantage of the opportunity to travel with somebody who is not our boyfriend. You've done it. It's been proposed to me. Talk to me about why it was an attractive idea, or why you decided to go on vacation with somebody or go on a trip with somebody that you're not,
right in a relationship with. Yeah. Right. Because I like to travel, first of all. So I'm down, somebody else is down to travel with me. So that's probably the number one reason. Why I was okay to go with this particular person is because I know we do have a good time when we did hang out. So I knew he wasn't going to be like a stick in the mud. And honestly, it was during the pandemic and we were stuck in the house. So when he hit me up and said, let's go to the beach, I'm like, yes, let's go to the beach. So those are like the probably top three reasons. But I will say this, just not having a full experience with a vacation ship bay or whatever. It does sound attractive.
Right. But you and this person, y'all don't live in the same city.
No.
Right.
So we don't see each other often anyway, but yeah, we've traveled together, and then we kind of go back to our own lives.
And you enjoy that? You like that?
Yeah, it's fun.
So I guess I haven't done it. The last person I was dating, he would always suggest, oh, we should get away. We should take a weekend. It never happened, but it was something that he would suggest or say a lot. And then a person that I met 2 years ago that I've never dated, like we never really launched into any kind of dating scenario or situation, reached out to me a few days ago and said, hey, let's take a trip together. Now, the reason why I was really confused on that is because he lives in my neighborhood and we don't see each other. We don't hang out. We don't call each other on the phone. We don't meet up for coffee and snacks. We ain't done nothing here locally and we live in the same neighborhood. But then he reached out to me and said, man, I need a vacation. Let's go on a trip together. To which I asked him, so why would we go on a trip together and you live down the street and we ain't ever went and got a hamburger? And he actually gave me this whole explanation, which I sent to you. Did you feel like his explanation? Actually, I should just read his explanation.
Yeah, go ahead and read it.
Let me just read his explanation. Y'all stand by, entertain the crowd until I pull this out. Because
oh, I'm sorry. I see when you said entertain the crowd. I'm sorry.
Don't entertain the crowd.
I'm sorry.
So this is what he said. He said, I'm spontaneous and I try not to overcomplicate things. I keep it simple. I like hanging out with you. I trust you. I could be myself around you. And I know we'll be laughing and enjoying every moment. So why not plan a vacay with you? Plus, when I'm in town, it's hard to turn off work, family, and projects I have going on. So I really need to get away to fully disconnect. I know I'm different, but that's my introvertness. Thoughts?
So he was saying,
This is a response. I said, that's odd that you would ask me to go on vacation with you when we don't even hang out here and you basically live in my backyard. And so that was his response, is that he's spontaneous and tries not to overcomplicate. Now, what's the overcomplication? Would that be a relationship? Is the overcomplication of things?
Yeah, I don't know what that man's talking about. The spontaneous thing. Okay, obviously you are. If you would just hit me up and ask me to go.
See, I don't even consider that spontaneous. You know, spontaneous will be, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Let's go do such and such. It's not.
So what's the word for it?
Lazy. Oh, I'm sorry. Was there, because not only that, so then when I just said, okay, because I just wanted to see how he react if I would say, for me being in the position of, won't even do nothing here. Why would we go on vacation? He gave me this wonderful kind of weird explanation of why. So I just responded, okay, cool. And so then he says, oh, okay, well, what were you thinking? Do you want to drive to the beach? And I said, I wasn't thinking nothing. This was your idea. So he responded, oh, I just figured you'd be better at planning. Okay, let me get to thinking. So now you're going to reach out to me. We don't talk. We've never dated. I haven't seen you in some years. You live in my neighborhood. And basically you want me to plan a trip for you to go on with me? So no, that don't sound spontaneous to me. Spontaneous.
Yeah, you're right. That is lazy.
Hey, I'm about to drive. I'm going to drive down such and such tomorrow.
Let's go.
Could you get away?
Yeah.
That's spontaneous. This right here sounds like a lazy dude who, why wouldn't he have a great time with me? Obviously, but you obviously don't think he would have such a great time with me that you would ask me out in my neighborhood, or that you would try to court me or date me.
No, I agree. I absolutely agree.
My situation is different from yours because you dated yours at some point and y'all kind of cooled off, but y'all are still good travel buddies and have a friendship and a basis for your interactions. Me and this guy really have too much of a basis.
You haven't developed anything in the beginning, right? Yeah.
Right.
And the way it happened,
right,
or ended, was so weird.
Or our original interaction.
Right, your original interaction. So yeah, that's I thought when you text me that, I was dumbfounded, to be honest. It made absolutely no sense.
Well, I felt like I should say yes, only because I would be amazed and astonished if he planned something. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's still not going to do anything. He's shown himself to be kind of lackadaisical.
Right. He's already shown himself with kind of person.
So why would I sit up here and plan a vacation with somebody I'm not dating who did not pursue me 2 years ago?
But I will say this. I think that's different than having a vacation bae.
It is. I agree.
But you know, when that happened, I think that did pop up in your mind, the whole article about the vacation bae, because that is like it is lazy. It's weird.
It's just, it's lazy.
Really
now
weird.
I have somebody, let's use true love character. If he said, hey, meet me in Colorado, cool. Right. And then we ain't got to talk to each other after that or whatever. Somebody I have a relationship with, we have a basis for our interactions. Cool. I'll meet you all over the country. We'll have a good time and keep it moving. But you live in my neighborhood and have never asked me out, but you're asking me to go on vacation and then ask me to plan it.
No, that's just wrong. That's wrong.
So you think I should say no?
I think I would say no, especially knowing the rest, because you didn't tell the rest of the conversation about bringing friends or something like that.
Yeah, he said we can go solo or go with friends, so I don't feel awkward with just him. So if you got to say that, like, why would
then maybe we don't need to go anywhere else.
I feel awkward with you, but I think he's thinking I'm being so broad and open, like I don't want her to think anything weird. And I said, I really wanted to just be us since I don't know you. I said, but if it was friends, it would have to be my friends and not yours, because I don't know.
That would be even more awkward.
I don't know your friends either. And so, but again, it would come down to him planning and saying, hey, this is what I came up with. What do you think? And then I would go from there. I felt like saying yes puts it on him, and it will remind him that he ain't going to do nothing for this anyway, like years ago. When you say how it ended, it's actually caused me to try to remember what happened last year so I can get the audience caught up. I met this person in 2019. Right. In certain scenarios that you might meet a person, like, oh, they might be a cute little fling or a cute flirtation. And that's how I looked at this person at the time that I met them. And they said, I think we could be more than a fling and a flirtation. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay. And so that's why I opened myself up to the idea of it being more than a fling or a flirtation. He then proceeded not to ask me out or pursue anything more than a fling. He didn't pursue the fling or the flirtation or relationship.
Nothing. He pursued nothing.
And then as I would go about my life and my business, he would show up and be like, well, I feel like we should be in each other's lives. I mean, what? And I'm like, okay, well, did I miss the invitation to do something or go somewhere or hang out? Did I miss? Well, I'm just worried because none of my relationships have ever worked. And I think you're so cool. And I wouldn't want us to get in a situation and it didn't work. And we have so many mutual friends. I was like, you ain't even bought me no hamburger though. Like, what are we doing?
Mm-hmm.
That was 2 years ago. So for him to then pop up, and you know what? I just remember something else. Maybe 3 or 4 months ago, he reached out. And I guess because I responded to him, remember he felt a little safe. It was like maybe January, February, but then he like texted me really late at night to ask me if I wanted to come over.
And that was weird to me too. It's like, how
me too. I said, oh yeah, no, you got the wrong one. You follow up with somebody else on that. Like, what? We ain't even set up like that.
Yeah.
So
I forgot about that part.
Right. And so that's the thing that I'm sitting here looking at him. And so it's no harm, no foul for me to say, sure, okay, I'll go. Because I know that he's going to do nothing to make that happen. Now, if I'm actually dating a guy, I'm not going to put forth no effort either. So the last guy I was dating that always would talk about, oh, we should do a getaway. I would not dare look up no getaway and come back to him and say, oh, well, since you said we should get away, I thought this would be, I would not dare. If he can figure out how to get everywhere else that he goes on his own. So this was your idea, your suggestion. Let me know what weekend you want to see if I'm available for the trip you planned for us to get away on.
Right.
So I know if I ain't even dating you, I ain't about to plan no trip for you. And what book are they reading that out of? Like, why would somebody think I don't have a relationship with this woman? I haven't seen her in a couple of years. I live in her neighborhood. I'm going to ask her to go on a trip with me. And then I'm going to ask her to plan it.
I have no idea what planet they come from. None whatsoever.
I would be open to a vacation.
It threw me all the way out. I'm like, what? This is because then I'm looking for the backstory. I'm like, wait, let me call you because maybe I missed the conversation.
I've been speaking and been talking to him, and I just ain't mentioned it.
Right, and I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I'll reconnect it some kind of way, and that was weird.
No. We had not.
I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I mean, me and y'all can chime in on that if you want.
Let us know. Comment. Now, the reason why if he plans something, the reason why I would go is like you said, I want to travel more and get out. I don't naturally take as many trips as you do just because I associate it with like stress and work. And so it might be an opportunity for me to learn how to be more of how I would like to be. I admire you and how you travel. And when people just get up and go, I admire that. I don't really do that naturally. So if he planned a trip and I was available, I would probably see if I could think about trying to go beyond the obvious craziness of it. I also think it would probably create several new episodes of the podcast. And we're always looking for content. I think we will probably get about 7 to 8 new episodes if I go on a trip with this man. 100%. I'm not concerned or worried about like my safety with him. I do think he's mannerable and respectable. I do think he is that, if not weird, you know. But I think he could have already taken advantage of the flirtation or the fling, and he hasn't. And I don't know if he's just unsure of himself with me, or, you know, I don't know what it is, but he obviously has some type of fear attached with pursuing me in any kind of way. After,
but no, he doesn't though. I mean, there is a fear, I guess.
Well, you remember a couple of years ago when I finally was like, okay, this dude ain't interested in me. And I said to him when he kept trying to talk to me, I said, obviously you're not checking for me in that way. So we don't have to keep in contact for you to keep telling me you want to be friends. Like, you've established that. I'm not interested in building a new friendship with you. I'm interested in dating or doing something. And then maybe a month or two, if not even that long, he was on Bumble. You know, and I'm like,
well, maybe, but Bumble gives you different options.
It does, but I mean, if you tell somebody you ain't trying to be in a relationship and you on Bumble,
but you don't have to be searching for a relationship.
Well, I found that out.
So let's go back to something you said earlier, or just a few minutes ago, because I feel like we kind of glossed over it.
Okay.
You admire me. Let's talk about that.
Oh, y'all see this? Do I not tell you how wonderful you are all the time?
I just want to make sure everybody heard that, because I'm gonna put it on loop and then put it on Instagram.
No, listen, we went somewhere together a couple of weeks ago, and I said to you, you good about this? I need to be more like this. I've told you that.
I know, before. I'm joking. It really wasn't even about the vacation thing. It was just I admire
the terminology.
And then, just use it in other places.
No, you will get up and go. You will go. You are supportive. If somebody got something going on out of town, you'll drive to be there to support. So I've always acknowledged that about you. You're good about that. And that's why I was saying I would like to be more like that. I said that when we went out of town for one day, one night, probably not even 24 hours. And it was like, I felt like we had been on a week vacation. Because who's gonna say, let's go see the Dolphins? I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have came, I wouldn't have, so it turned into this vacation that I wouldn't have had. I would have just been.
As soon as you called me, I'm like, oh yeah, they got nice beaches and we're gonna get on the boat.
Right. So I was just trying to do you want to ride these couple of hours? We can get something to eat, go to sleep, wake up.
She was going to work and I'm
going to work. So I do want to figure out how to do that, but it's probably not going to be a natural inclination of mine. So if this person plan something, I'm like
magically.
If he magically plans something, then why would magic have to be involved?
I don't know. Well, it would be for him.
Magic would have to be involved.
Magically
planned a trip, I would go because I think it would be ridiculously ridiculous, and I think you guys would love to hear the content from such a situation.
We would.
I say we ain't never dated, I think we kissed once. I think we kissed one time. 2 years ago.
So this guy aside, would you be open to having a vacation bae?
Yes.
And tell me why. Why is that attractive to you? I think it's attractive to both of us, and I think that's probably what we're gonna end up with for the rest of our lives, vacation baby. But just tell me.
Geared up to it. Well, I think I have somebody I would like to be a vacation bae with, which is the true love character. I think we always have a good time. We know how to enjoy each other. We know how to, when you just know a person, you know how to compensate for maybe something that's different from how you are, whether it's, how to pack or what to pack or what type of activities they're going to want to do when you get there. And so I think that would be a lot of fun. And then you can come home, focus on your work, focus on getting all your stuff together in life, and then have this thing to look forward to in 2 months, where you working out, you picking out cute new outfits for your vacation. And it's just like you get to show up. Y'all ain't arguing and fighting over mundane, petty stuff. You're just having a good time. So I would totally be down for a vacation.
But I can see that being attractive to a man too. We talk about this, but just because, the idea of a relationship doesn't necessarily lend itself to be always attractive.
It stresses them out.
It's a responsibility in this sense. So if you have someone that you just travel with, you have no room for anything else but fun in those moments.
Right. Right. Oh, I think men would sign up for a vacation ship probably at a 98% rate.
No, you're right. It's kind of sad that we would even entertain it because that's just letting them off the hook. But I get fun out of it too. Shoot.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think as long as we all both getting what we want out of the situation, sometimes you want a relationship because you want to just come home from a hard day and be able to talk to this person or spend time with this person or have dinner. But a higher percentage, sometimes it might be, I'm glad I ain't got to come home and talk to nobody about my day. Or I'm glad I ain't got to try to go to dinner with nobody tonight because I don't feel like it. I don't want to have on no bra after 6 o'clock, so it's all these reasons why, and depending on the relationship too,
right?
That we have responsibilities attached to being in a relationship as well. Like whether it's, let me clean up my house because he gonna come up, just little things that we may not have to do because we ain't got nobody coming over. Versus when we are dating somebody, you keep the house up a little bit better than when it's just you and ain't nobody gonna come in unless they break in. And if somebody break in, they can be like, somebody beat me to it. Who ransacked this house? So there's a piece in that as well. So
very much so.
I think I'm going to see what this guy does. Again, a couple of years ago, he would make proclamations of plans and would never follow up on them. So I do not imagine that he has found a way to be different than that. As far as the last guy I was actually dating, who always would say, and he does travel, he will get away. He ain't never planned that one with me. And I don't know that would be coming up anytime soon either, based on our current lack of communication. So I think men would like to travel with somebody they think they would have fun with, and it ain't gonna be drama. But I also think they feel like they have a greater likelihood of being able to have that happen, having less contact and less relationship.
We'll keep y'all posted on that.
Pick you up to go to the airport, we're probably gonna be cool.
Yeah, we'll keep y'all posted on that because we both have test subjects or something like it,
Yeah.
to see.
You know, I mean, when people want relationships, like I said, are you wanting it for the fun times? Or you wanting it for the mundane stuff, you know, that can come with it or not? So let us know what y'all think. Let me know if you think I should go with this person that, again, I don't have a safety concern about like my safety with him. I don't think he would do anything to me that I did not consent to. But I also believe that we don't know each other that well. I do believe he's a good person, but he ain't trying to be nothing more to me than nothing. And so
should she go?
Should I go? And I think our audience is going to say yes, just for the mere fact that they would love to hear an episode, several episodes about what happened when I went on this trip with this man I didn't know. So I'm open to it. I really am open to it. So I'll let y'all know if he ever plans anything. Now, what's going to be the drop dead date for planning something? Like when just,
I wouldn't have a date. I would just be like, whatever. Yeah,
I didn't even respond to his last message to me, which was when he said, are you thinking local beach and driving distance or a flight? Local will be cheaper for everyone. Destin, Panama, and Orange Beaches are all a 4-hour drive. And I responded, I wasn't thinking anything. This is your trip / your idea. And he responded with an emoji with the eyes like this. And he says, but you're a better planner. K, let me get to thinking. And I didn't even reply to that. Okay. Now, here's the question before we get off of this episode. Would you and your travel friend travel with me and my travel friend?
Oh no, we got to check our Palm Pilots.
If we say go with friends, now that would be, this is a funny thing. That would be a whole nother level of content, because let me add this one little tidbit.
Yes. Go ahead and tell them the whole thing. You know,
tell y'all this tidbit. We met the guy that she has found a travel friend, a companion in, and this guy who was trying to become a travel companion. We met them 2 years ago on the same day, separately. We were not together. We met. Hey girl, I met a guy today. Girl, I met a guy today. And they have the same first name. So I said my guy's first name. Hey, that's his first name. They have the same last name. Hey, wait. And it's 2 different people. Because at first we was like, wait, you met somebody?
We met the same person. Because I think you met him earlier.
Right. Let's say Joe Brown. I'm going to say, yeah, I met this guy's name is Joe Brown. And you said, wait, I met a guy named Joe Brown.
And then you meet him like earlier in the day, and I met him later.
And you met him at night. Yeah. I met him during like a Navy event. And we were like, what are the odds that we would meet guys on the same day? She and I, we were not together. They were in different places with the exact same first and last name. Now they spell them differently. They spell their first name differently. So I think that would be ironic and hilarious for us to go on a non-couples vacation with these 2 dudes with the same first and last name that we met on the exact same day.
Yeah, that would be fun. We have to blog about it.
Look, so you're saying you're going?
I ain't say all that. I told you I got to check.
Hey, if you ever want to join Patreon, that's going, because they probably gonna have a video.
We got to make a video of it. We got to make a video.
I'm here for the content. I'm open to it. So we'll let y'all know if this thing in my end say Boo Ridley to me ever again. Okay, for another 3-4 years. Another part of why I want to say no is because, boy, you don't know, I might have a man. You don't know me like that. Like, you didn't even say, oh, are you dating somebody? Or
did you say you live in your neighborhood? You know you ain't got no man.
Girl, he texted me because he could hear my dog barking. And ain't never asked me to go get a salad down the street. Okay.
Oh my goodness. Oh, well.
Are we going to do this 4-hour drive together? Okay. Y'all, but I can't make this up. Anyway, let us know. Okay? Let us know what you think. Oh, no, he didn't.
Girl, yes, he did.
We'll see if he does.